Hey everyone, and welcome to DevOps Corner. If you're into DevOps and want more content just like this, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button and like this video. It really helps the channel out. Okay, so today we are diving deep into the Certified Kubernetes Administrator exam, the CKA. This thing is, well, it's known for being one of the toughest, but also one of the most valuable certs you can get. If you're studying for it, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to break down the biggest, most costly mistakes that trip people up, and more importantly, how you can sidestep them completely. Let's get into it.
So, first things first, why even put yourself through this? Well, how about this number? $166,000. That's the recent average salary for someone with Kubernetes skills. The demand is absolutely through the roof, and the CKA is pretty much the gold standard that proves you know your stuff and can command that kind of paycheck.
But look, it's more than just a line item on your resume. Think of the CKA as a launch pad. It rockets you into the best jobs in DevOps, SRE, and cloud engineering. And get this, over 2/3 of these gigs are remote now, which means a ton of flexibility. Seriously, passing this exam can be a genuine career changer.
But to get there, you have to conquer the exam itself. And it's a beast. You've got 2 hours, a command line, and that's it. It's designed to trip up even really experienced engineers. So our first section is all about getting comfortable in that environment and dodging those fundamental, easy-to-make mistakes. This brings us to what is, without a doubt, the single most common and heartbreaking mistake you can make on the exam. You can build a perfect pod. You can write a flawless service. But if you do it in the wrong cluster or the wrong namespace, you get a big fat 0 for that question.
I really can't overstate how serious this is. The grading is all automated. A script checks for the right object with the right name in exactly the right place. If you miss that last part, all that work you just did on the question is gone. Your actual Kubernetes skill doesn't matter if your commands are pointed at the wrong target. It's brutal.
So how do you avoid this total catastrophe? Simple. You make the solution a reflex, an automatic habit. For every single question, I want you to follow this drill. Before you type anything else, you find that context command in the question, you copy it, you paste it, and you run it. No exceptions. And here's a pro tip for you. Open a brand new terminal tab for each question. It keeps everything totally separate and makes it almost impossible to mess this up. This little habit will save your exam score. Trust me.
Okay, let's talk about the next big hurdle. Wrestling with YAML files under pressure. You are going to spend a huge chunk of your 2 hours inside a text editor like Vim or Nano. And if you're not fast and comfortable in there, you're just going to burn precious time on silly formatting errors.
You know, for anyone who doesn't live and breathe YAML every day, it can be really deceptive. It looks so simple and clean, but it is incredibly picky about spacing and indentation. I mean, just one wrong space can make your entire file invalid, and Kubernetes will just spit it right back at you. In an exam, that's a recipe for panic.
So here's your YAML survival kit. First, pick an editor, Vim or Nano, and just master the basics. You need to be able to move around, edit, and especially indent or unindent whole blocks of text without even thinking about it. Now for you Vim users, here is a golden nugget. You know how when you paste code from the docs, Vim's auto-indent just messes it all up? Before you paste, just type -set paste, hit enter, and then paste your code. It will come in perfectly. It's an absolute lifesaver. All right, next section. Let's talk about being fast and efficient on the command line. This isn't just about knowing the commands, it's about using them in the smartest, most time-saving way possible. And that brings us to a massive strategic error, trying to be a hero by writing your YAML manifests from memory. The clock is your enemy in this exam, and I promise you, typing out a full deployment manifest from a blank screen is one of the slowest and most error-prone things you could possibly do. Don't do it!
This is an open book exam for a reason. You are expected to use the official Kubernetes documentation, so get really good at searching it. Find an example manifest that's close to what you need, copy it, and just tweak it. Or, even better, let kubectl do the heavy lifting for you. A command like kubectl create deployment with the -drawn equals client -o YAML flags will instantly generate a perfectly valid manifest. All you have to do is send that output to a file and then make your changes. This is all about working smart, not hard. Now, let's switch gears to troubleshooting. The modern CKA exam has a huge focus on debugging. They're going to give you broken stuff, and it's your job to figure out why it's broken and fix it. So the classic mistake here is you see something broken, you panic, and you grab the wrong tool.
Let's say a pod is stuck in image pullback off. Your first instinct might be to check the logs, but there's nothing there, right? That's because the container hasn't even started yet. You're looking in the wrong place and burning valuable time.
This really boils down to knowing the difference between kubectl describe and kubectl logs. Think of it this way. Use describe for Kubernetes-level problems, things like a typo in an image name, a permissions issue, or a volume that won't mount. The answer is almost always hiding in the events section at the very bottom of the output. Use logs to see what's happening inside a container that's actually running. If your application code is crashing, the logs will tell you why. Picking the right tool first is everything.
Okay, so we've covered the technical stuff. Now let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle, which is the mindset. The psychological and strategic approach you need to have on exam day to make sure you pass.
This is going to sound a little weird, but one of the absolute biggest strategic mistakes is trying to get a perfect score. Chasing that 100% can make you spend way too much time on one super hard question, which puts you at risk of not answering enough of the easier ones to actually pass.
I absolutely love this quote because it's just so true. Your goal is to pass. That's it. If you hit the passing score, you get the exact same certification as the person who got a 99%. Getting this mindset right is key. Your only job is to collect enough points to get across that finish line.
And here's what that strategy looks like. The passing score is about 66%, and the questions all have different point values. If you find yourself stuck on a question that's only worth, say, 2% of the total score, don't be a hero, flag it for later, skip it, and move on. Go bank points on the bigger, high-value tasks that you know how to do, and only come back to the tricky little ones if you have time to spare at the end.
And that leads us perfectly into the final mistake. So you've prepared well, you're moving fast, and you finish with 20 minutes left on the clock. That temptation to just click End Exam and celebrate is so strong. Do not do this. Rushing to submit your exam is just throwing away a golden opportunity to pick up more points.
You need to use every single second they give you. Go all the way back to question 1 and run through this mental checklist. Did I copy all the resource names perfectly? Did I accidentally type something wrong in a label? And the big one, did I do every single task in the correct context? I can almost guarantee you will catch small, silly mistakes that could literally be the difference between passing and failing. And hey, remember, even if you can only finish part of a task you skipped earlier, partial credit is way better than 0 credit.
So let's just boil this all down to the most critical takeaways. Number 1, always, always set your context first. Make it a reflex. Number 2, let the docs and imperative commands write your YAML for you. 3, know when to use describe for Kubernetes errors and logs for application errors. And finally, get your strategy right. Focus on passing, not on being perfect.
Look, knowing about these mistakes is one thing, but are you actively practicing the habits to avoid them? That's what's actually going to get you ready for exam day. So when you're doing your practice labs, are you drilling these checks over and over until they just become second nature?
The CKA is a challenge, for sure, but it is a milestone that is absolutely worth the effort. Avoid these common pitfalls, practice the right habits, and you can totally conquer it. Thanks so much for watching. If this was helpful, please give the video a like and share it with anyone else who's studying. Now go ace that exam.